No shirt, no shoes, no problem. Free sunscreen at Wet and Wild Las Vegas, your local neighborhood water park. Put down the phone and tablets and join us. All you can scream, all you can slide at Wet and Wild. Check out our new food items, including funnel cakes and fresh salads. And there's still time to get your season passes. All this month, buy 2 season passes, get 1 free. And enjoy unlimited access and other great perks all summer long.
Good morning, everybody. Jim Feist and Hank Goldberg here in Las Vegas. Hank, we saw the collapse of the Milwaukee Bucks last night. Totally collapsed. Home game, 3rd straight loss against Toronto. Toronto's head coach, I think, is doing a lot better job than Budenholzer is. And, now they go back to Toronto. Toronto's opened a 1-point favorite. Now they're 2.5. And they close it out. We might be looking at a series starting in Toronto against Golden State. Should be very interesting.
I would love to see that because I'll get my money back. I don't think they have a prayer against Golden State. Golden State can defend. They've got they got better players, and they've got the experience and. They've got some guys who are really playing well. They'll be well rested. I think the break did them some good. I don't know who they're going to have back for that series yet, but even without a couple of guys, they're the best team on the floor. And I think this will be the end of the line for Toronto. I think you could put both sides together and Golden State would beat them.
Well, I'd like to see that, but... very interesting. Well, if they close it off on Saturday, that would give Toronto a couple days off as well to rest up. I don't know what the situation is with Kawhi, but it didn't slow him down. I know they said his leg is hurt, but sure didn't slow him down at all. He's a hell of a player. Hell of a player.
He's great. He's got guys around him who, some of them show up sometimes, some of them don't, but they haven't come up with any adjustments for him to deny him the ball when they need to. And Giannis is killing him. On the free throw line, he's missing foul shots. He goes to the line, and you can just pretty much predict that he's going to be 1 for 2 at best. And defensively, he's not getting it done. And once in a while he'll make a 3-point shot, but they've thrown up the wall against him, and it's been effective. And they don't have any answers on the other side. They get these long runs where they go scoreless, and they get outscored like 16-2, and each half, and it's killing them. So and the coach doesn't seem to have any answers.
Well, Giannis is a young player and needs to develop an outside game. Of course, he has to work on his foul shooting. If you're an incomplete player, the NBA they're too talented. The coaching and players are too talented to let you get away with much. And when you're playing the top teams, there's a top and a bottom in the NBA, and he isn't consistent enough from outside. Even his 14-foot shot. The floaters are not as consistent as they should be, and his foul shooting is horrendous. So, he's a great talent, and he will develop. And right now, he's not the best player in the NBA.
Can he develop by tomorrow?
No. You caught me off guard there. No, he won't develop by tomorrow. I'll give him a year or 2. Tomorrow, it's going to be difficult. I personally like Toronto in the game. I think they'll close it out. But,
well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to take a shot. I would take a shot, and I'm going to take the other side to win it all. Because, theory being that I think they might steal a win against Toronto, Game 6. And then I can go for a middle in the last game.
Okay.
The only way I can get out.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I don't have any future tickets on any of these teams, so I'm just going to go for the one game.
I don't have any future tickets either. I'm just, but I just been getting crushed. And so I need some kind of a strategy where I can get some of my money back. That's all I can think of.
Well, there is one other option. You could take that money and bet it on some of your hot baseball plays or even on the horses.
Well, there's a 6-horse field for the Gold Cup at Santa Anita on Monday. They got a real good card on Monday. They've got 3 Grade 1 stakes. And I think I think that there's one horse in there that's really strong, and that's Sadler's horse, Core Belief. He had a great race in the Big Cap, and it was a tremendous race. He's been off since. And I think he's the best horse on the West Coast right now among the veteran horses. But there's a few good horses underneath him. But a 6-horse field is kind of sad commentary on racing right now for a race like the Gold Cup. Anyway, Monday's a big racing day. Used to be big in New York too, but they took a lot of those stakes races and they moved them towards Belmont Day. The Belmont right now is holding it around 10 horses. Tacitus will be favored. It looks like War of Will is going to go. The big question mark right now is whether Baffert, who is going to wait till the end of the week to make a decision on his horse, and whether Game Winner is going to run or not. They're hoping he does. If Game Winner goes, it's a pretty good race. Game Winner is a good horse. He ran 5th, I think, in the and then got moved up in the Derby. And I don't think he liked the track that much. But he's been a very competitive horse, and if he goes, he could be a big part of the pace factor, which is not a bad thing, going 1.5 miles. And there's a young horse in there called Intrepid Heart, who is who was in the Peter Pan, stumbled out of the gate, closed very well to finish 3rd. So of the 10 horses, those are probably the top 4 if the Baffert horse goes. And Baffert, they were hoping he was going to go, and then they asked him about it a couple of days ago, and he said, well, he would make his decision by the end of the week. He may want to keep the horse on the West Coast and not send him 1.5 miles right now. That's the big question.
Hank, let's say War of Will runs in the Belmont and wins the race. You have said if War of Will runs in the Belmont and wins, you have been saying for a while from the Kentucky Derby, that horse, and I agree with you, he could have won that race, and we may have denied that horse a Triple Crown win because of that infraction.
Yeah, I mean, well, he would have a chance for it. I don't think he's one of the great horses. But the trainer did a great job, and they won the Preakness with strategy. And the Preakness was a horrible field. I'm not willing to anoint that horse off what he beat in the Preakness.
Well, we'll see how he does in the Belmont. But do you give War of Will a chance, much of a chance in the Belmont?
I don't like him against Tacitus, going 1.5 miles. Coming back after 2 weeks, or 3 weeks rather. It's not an easy task, and I don't think he's a great horse. He's a good horse.
Right. Anything? We got some big pitching matchups here in baseball today. Last year's Cy Young Award winner in the American League, Snell, pitches at Cleveland today against Bieber. Snell, after he broke his toe, he hasn't quite been the same, but the last two outings have been pretty darn good. The game opened 141. It's down to 129, 130 at Cleveland. Cleveland has not been able to hit the ball very much lately. They've been a pretty good underbet for the most part. And Snell looks pretty sharp there. And you got another strong pitcher in the American League in Sale. He's facing Houston, who has been very hot. 33-18 record for Houston. And Sale is a 135 to 140 favorite on the road against Miley and Houston Astros. Two great pitching matchups there.
Well, Sale's last two starts have been pretty good.
Very good.
And maybe he's coming around. So this will be a good test for him. Verlander has been the best pitcher in the league lately. He's been tremendous for Houston. And, there's a guy where if you lay the runs, you've been winning money. Excuse me. Houston has been, a fairly hot team. The Yankees have been on fire. Late yesterday, they gave up a big lead going into the eighth inning, gave up the bullpen failed them, and they still came through and won the game in the ninth. They just refused to lose. Tampa Bay is chasing right now, and they started off the season red hot. So the American League Eastern Division is turned into a two-team race right now, although the Red Sox have come on fairly strong. Out west, Dodgers are on a fairly good run. Not much else to be said for the West, although I think Bumgarner might have had a good game yesterday for San Francisco. And, the Central Division is kind of mediocre right now. Phillies, the Mets are on a hot streak. They won a few games in a row. Excuse me. So, but as far as pitching matchups go, you can always find a couple every day. Who's won 6 games in a row?
Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yep.
Worst team in baseball, they say, but I give them another shot today. I mean, they're going up against Washington, and Washington's bullpen is a dumpster fire. You get late innings, you might as well just bet against Washington. They just give it up. Washington's a 140 favorite today against Lopez and the Miami Marlins. And I would take Miami there just to continue the streak. Washington is not that good to be favored by much over anyone, in my opinion.
Meanwhile, Monday starts the hockey finals. Boston says they've come up with a formula for staying active during a long layoff. They'll be playing St. Louis, and they're an 8-5 favorite in that series. I think Boston right now is pretty strong. They've been playing great in the postseason, and
they are very strong. Yes.
Yeah, and so that starts Monday, and if there's a Game 7 in the NBA, Monday will be a huge day for sports.
I might mention this. This is the opening of the regular season of the WNBA, and a lot of people don't bet it. A lot of handicappers don't handicap it. But from a value standpoint, the WNBA offers a tremendous amount of value because the sharps really follow it, because the bookmakers, the odds makers, are not that sharp at making the lines, and there's a lot of vulnerability there. They take limited action, which shows you that they're a little afraid of it, because they don't have enough stats. So you got 2 games starting today. Dallas at Atlanta. Atlanta's a 9-point favorite, 9.5-point favorite in some spots. Indiana at New York, and the New York Liberty are a 2.5-point favorite in that game. And there are 2 games that go today in the WNBA. I do have one play in that today, and it'll be on my card. But there's a lot of action. I love it. We got NBA, WNBA, we got baseball, we've got horse racing, and of course, we also have golf. And for those of you that the Charles Schwab Challenge matchups going now, right now, and there's lots of action there. And golf has been very exciting lately. It's a very, very talented players out there. There's a big field of talented guys that anybody can. As long as Koepka isn't playing, I guess everybody else has a chance.
Huh. Well, Spieth is having a good. Spieth seems to have turned his game around, and he's near the top of that, or he was at the end of yesterday. I don't know what's going on today.
Yeah, he started to look more secure with his swing last week in that final round. I was kind of impressed with the way he came around. I mean, he's got a ton of talent. I think the game got into his head a little bit, and he'll be back. There's too many. He's got too much talent to sit on the sidelines. Well, everybody, Hank's plays, as usual, are at JimFeist.com and mine as well. And we'll be back here on Monday with more action, more insight, more free stuff. Hank, if you don't have anything else for today, we'll sign off.
No, that's pretty good. I think Monday could be a great day. Like if somehow Milwaukee can find their game and send that to a Game 7 on Monday, you'd have the beginning of the Stanley Cup and the end of that series.
Yes, it could be. I'm gonna be betting against Milwaukee tomorrow, but I know that you're on the other side, so one of us will win. Have a great weekend, Hank.
Well, I'm not giving it out as because I think they can win. I'm giving it out as a betting strategy, is how to get a little money back.
Okay. Well, have a great weekend and all your bets that we're not on opposite sides of.
Okay.
Thanks, Hank. Bye-bye.
All right, Jim. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
No shirt, no shoes, no problem. Free sunscreen at Wet and Wild Las Vegas, your local neighborhood water park. Put down the phone and tablets and join us. All you can scream, all you can slide at Wet and Wild. Check out our new food items, including funnel cakes and fresh salads. And there's still time to get your season passes. All this month, buy 2 season passes, get 1 free. And enjoy unlimited access and other great perks all summer long. No shirt, no shoes, no problem. Free sunscreen at Wet and Wild Las Vegas, your local neighborhood water park. Put down the phone and tablets and join us. All you can scream, all you can slide at Wet and Wild. Check out our new food items, including funnel cakes and fresh salads. And there's still time to get your season passes. All this month, buy 2 season passes, get 1 free. And enjoy unlimited access and other great perks all summer long.